Welcome back to another Minetest mod review. Today we are looking at the sculpture mod, which lets you create glorious sculptures, such as this one. Ignore the artifacting on it. I have shadows turned on, so we get some goofy little banding artifacts here. But yes, you can create your very own sculpture. So let's look at a few of the recipes first before we dive into things too much. You're going to need a sculpture pedestal, which thankfully is just a handful of sticks, so no big deal there. You're going to need a sculpture hammer, which, as we see here, some steel ingots and a stick. And then there are two different chisels. They both are, chisels. So you got two steel and a diamond. The diamond one's going to last longer. To go ahead and start actually making a sculpture, let me go ahead and, oh, you know what? I already placed it on here. So I'm just going to have to bust that one off, and we will throw that in the garbage because I didn't actually sculpt anything on it. You can use tin, or I thought you could use gold. Yep, and you just punch the sculpture base with the tin or gold. And then we will go ahead and start chiseling. I've created this little pedestal up here so I could see the top of it a little better. If I turn chat on, we will see here that just trying the chisel by itself says that it doesn't work. And that's because you actually need to place the hammer in your inventory underneath the chisel you want to use. So if I have the chisel, or the hammer placed underneath the chisel here, you can see that we can go ahead and get to chiseling. And you'll see with the normal chisel, there is some delay, so I can't just go super fast here. You know, it's like, boring, I have to wait. No, that's name. So if we go ahead and use the chisel with the diamond tip, yeah, that pretty much is a non-issue. Very nice. Now, this is subtractive only, meaning that if you accidentally break out 1 pixel worth where you didn't mean to, yeah, you kind of have to just go back and start all over on a new piece, because there's no way to like fill that spot in that I just created here. Also, I didn't realize that you can walk through the sculpture. Interesting. If you're using, I think it's Paint 3, you can also paint the sculptures, but we are not using that here. Oh, see, like that. That was a mistake. I didn't mean to make the hole too deep. And now we're just stuck with it. So, gonna go ahead and grab this sculpture off. To do that, we just punch the stand here, and we get this little man in our inventory, and we can go ahead and place this somewhere. Bada boom, bada bing. We have our sculpture. Now I have creative turned on, so. Oh, but it does let us go back and edit them further, so that's nice. So we can work on it and then realize, whoops, we meant to make this bigger. Place it back onto our sculpting platform. I don't think that's still centered, but whatever. Now again, I am in creative, so I am just getting tons of these in my inventory because they're not disappearing when I place them. It would be nice if there was a way to maybe name them so we knew what our sculptures were rather than just an icon that's the same for all of them. But, you know, that's an improvement for a future date, I suppose. Yeah, and then the tin does the same thing. We just punch the stand with our tin block, and we can go to town. Oh, and you can just hold it down too. You can just hold the chisel down and just keep going. Just make a big old hole. Whoops, didn't really mean to put that one on the side there, but that's fine. You know, it's whatever. So yeah, basically, we're just carving away here, chiseling away, I suppose technically. I don't think you can carve stone. Do you carve gold? I don't actually know what it would be for metal. I feel like carving you wouldn't carve metal. But I also feel like you wouldn't chisel metal. So I don't know. Leave your thoughts in the comments as to what the correct term would be for sculpting with metal in a subtractive manner, where we are removing material from the lump to create our masterpiece. So there's my masterpiece. It's I titled this masterpiece The River, because that looks like a riverbed. Yes, quite genius, I must say. And this one I title Yellow Block, and this one I call Yellow Block V2, because it's the second version. So clearly it would be V2. That's gonna about wrap this one up. Yeah, you can chisel things. To my knowledge, that is the only two materials that are supported. Yeah, gold block or tin. So those are your only two options. There is support for Hades Revisited or Minetest game. I don't know which materials you have available to use in Hades Revisited, but evidently you can do something there. So that is going to wrap this one up. Thanks for watching. If you are interested in downloading the mod, all of the links will be on my website, which will be linked down in the video description below. Or you can just go onto the in-game content browser and search for Sculpture, and you should find it there. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.